Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. So yesterday we got this message about reclaiming our power. I meant to broadcast yesterday. I was ready to pull some oracle cards before I went to work. Like, seriously, that was my intention. And then in my personal life, shit just decided to hit the fan. Yeah, so I have been getting, and if you've been hanging out with me, we have been getting all these messages of change. Like, it's happening. The tower's going to come down. Just heads up. Change, la, la, la. Yeah. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Because, part of me wants to just spill my guts, spill the tea. Part of me just wants to spill the tea all over the place. And I am drinking a new tea this morning. It's called Honey Lavender Stress Relief Soothing Serenity Blend. So, if I am drinking Honey Lavender Stress Relief, can you feel me? It's heavy. It is heavy here. And actually, I just slept oh my God, like 15 hours. I'm not even exaggerating. Because when I am stressed out, I feel like my defense mechanism is sleep. Because sometimes, instead of thinking or it helps you process to sleep. And it wasn't like a full-on sleep. Like, there were chunks of that. There was a chunk of that time where I was sort of aware. And I was just under the blankets in a ball, and I was I'm cocooning. I don't have to sleep this whole time. I'm just cocooning. And then once I fell back asleep, it was 12 more hours of straight sleep. So apparently, when I need to check out, I know how to check out. I definitely needed to check out. So I'm going to give you the short version, and at a later date, I can give you more personal details if you're interested. But basically, I've been telling you now and then, with subtle hints, that my relationship was broken, and I would kind of make fun of it in a way that we had no communication skills and all that. Well, yesterday morning, a miracle happened, and we suddenly had communication skills, and we were able to express how we had been feeling, and basically that we were feeling done. This contract is over, So in a way, it was such great relief. And we kind of came to this understanding that, or this idea that, we could do the paperwork and the contract. Isn't that so funny that I'm calling it a contract too? We can end it and then just cohabitate for as long as necessary, to make it all a really smooth transition. And basically, neither one of us have anywhere to go. So isn't that a weird situation? No one wants to leave, no one has anywhere to go, but we're just not in this together anymore. Yet we are still in it together, obviously, because we have children. But there's something about saying that we're done that makes this better for us. So it's such a weird situation, you guys. Literally, I know a few people that were married, then they got divorced, and then they still bought a house right next to the other one, and they still to this day live beside each other, totally not married, whatever, but they still want to be next to each other, but they just don't want to be with each other. And another one of my mom's friends, they hang out all the time. They've been divorced for 30 years. They hang out on a weekly basis, go to Walmart together and shop and hang out and have coffee, or I don't know what the hell they do. Smoke weed probably. But Like, it's just so weird. So I guess I have to be open that, like, I'm not a cookie cutter kind of girl at all. Like, my lifestyle is totally not cookie cutter. It's not like anybody else's. It never has been. So why should it ever shall be? You know, like, it just is what it is. So anyways, that is probably why I slept so damn long, because this is just a lot to think about, because my skeptical mind is going, how the hell is any of this gonna work? And then, of course, my sort of more rational mind is saying, well, this really hasn't been working for a long time anyways, so maybe this is a step in the right direction. But nonetheless, I'm exhausted because emotionally it's a lot. And, you know, can I just not start worrying? That's all I'm asking. So I'm drinking this honey lavender stress relief tea. Listen to all these ingredients. I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to turn on a light so I can see. There is rooibos, which I always said rooibos, but I guess it's rooibos leaf. There's chamomile flower. There's lemon balm leaf, organic lemongrass. This is all organic stuff. Spearmint leaf, peppermint leaf, lavender flower, sage leaf, passion flower plant extract, more lavender flavor, organic lemon myrtle flavor, stevia leaf, vanilla flavor, and honey flavor. So it smells uplifting AF. Very lemony. And I poured some in. I had a big mason jar, and I thought, well, you won't even be able to drink that for an hour. It's so hot. So I poured some in a little tiny white teacup. Dang, touchdown. Good job, Yogi. Yogi Teas, touchdown. Yeah, that's nice. See, I went to Walmart yesterday because I needed to get a few things. And I guess, like, the guy that doesn't want to be my husband anymore also asked me to get him a few things. And I was going to get some of their Kava stress relief. And this was beside it, and I had never seen it before, the honey lavender stress relief. So I bought a box of each. Yeah, I spent $8 on tea. Just because I do love tea bags. Like, I can blend up my own teas, make it in a pot, all that. I have jars upon jars of herbs, but I still sometimes emotionally just need to put the bag in the cup and, you know, be done with it. Of course, I use 2 bags for a large mason jar full of this. So I could have, I guess, probably made this stronger, but even just with 2 tea bags for almost a quart, it was like yummy. So we'll see. We will see. Now, here's the funny thing. Whenever I opened up, you know, I'm all about the tea bag quotes. Here's the quotes for me today, and then we'll pull some cards. So the first one was, love yourself so that you may know how to live with self-respect. So that pretty much was like, wow, teabag, you know me. That's what I needed to hear this morning. Love yourself. That's all I can do. That's this whole situation yesterday. Like, my first go-to emotion or thought or reaction was, I have to put more love out in the world. I have to love myself. Like, it doesn't, like, I'm just going to love everybody now. Like, wherever I go, like, I'm just going to send love to everybody, because I have been saying I want more love in my life. What happens? My life, there's a chunk of my life that's like, nope, no love here. And so now I just have to conjure it more. And this tea bag is reminding me that the best place to conjure it is within myself. So love yourself so that you may know how to live with self-respect. So if my life is going to head in its direction that's going to be the best for me, a self-respectful life, it'll just need to simply start with self-love, and that'll put everything into alignment and everything into a line in my life, Now, the second tea bag was, live righteously and love everyone. You will build up around you an aura of light and love. So I might have to take a snapshot of these and put them on Herb Oracle, because if you have listened to this podcast, you'll see it and you'll know what we're talking about. So live righteously and love everyone. So yeah, like, it doesn't matter what paperwork says or doesn't say, or if I got a ring on my finger or not. I still need to always be offering everyone around me love and respect and live righteously, because that's who I want to be. Regardless of any wonky situation, it don't matter. I still have a standard for myself, and I can still be, in the right state of mind and state of heart. So love everyone, and you will build up around you an aura of light and love. And I see that, like, whenever I'm in that space, like, I can see people seeing me when I go out, when I'm sending people love. Like, people always think that even if they don't know me, like, when I'm running errands, they'll be like, they like look at me like they think that they know me, like they've seen me before. And Friday, when I was at the DMV, because my son was going to take his permit test, and he passed, by the way. And now I'm really fucking nervous about that. Sorry. But like, that too is on top of me. Like, I have to teach him how to drive and be the passenger. And I am so nervous. Like, hello, motherwort. Like, I just have a lot on my plate in the last 48 hours. And like, I just feel like my chest wants to tighten up. So I have to motherwort, lemon balm, stress relief tea. Hello. Like, I have a regimen here that's going to help me get through this time of my life. But anyways, there was this older senior woman who was walking back from, she had taken care of her paperwork or whatever. And I just liked her energy, and I liked her clothes, and I love old ladies. I'm not going to lie. And I just smiled at her and shined light and love towards her. And she saw that and stopped, and she thought, well, oh, I must know you. So she's like, oh, she's like, do I know you? How do I know you? And I was like, no, I was just, loving you. And she was like, oh my goodness. And she's like, I felt like I knew you. And I was like, maybe we knew each other from a past life, and she laughed. And all the while that this little conversation was happening, she was holding my hand. Because that's how, like, like you do when you're older people. Like, older people will just grab your hand while you're talking to them. And I love that. Like, I feel like we need to do that again. Like, that little habit has stopped. Like, that must have been from, like, the 40s or something. Like, when someone's talking to you, like, you're holding their hand. Like, I don't know. Does this ever happen to you? Like, I have a lot of older people that always hold my hand. Like, they just, as we're speaking face to face, they grab one of my hand. Like, you just embrace hands in a way. Like, hand. Okay, whatever. But it was so sweet. Like, that is a touchstone moment for me. And then I had another conversation with the lady beside me, and we were laughing our faces off about, like, how, when you get your picture taken, I was telling her that one time I had them retake it like 10 times, and it just kept getting worse. And so the last time I got my license renewed, one and done. I was like, just take the picture and whatever. And we were just laughing so hard, and really, like, I'm surprised they didn't ask us to be quiet. So anyways, that's my story for the past 48 hours. Sorry for dumping on you. Let's pull some cards. Okay, so sorry, excuse me. Sorry for the emo dump. Emotional dumping. But yeah, I really don't have a whole lot of people to talk to about this. And yeah, I guess I don't really need to talk too much about it. I just need to go with the flow. As I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the red clover card, because that's the next herb I'm gonna do for Herbal Marie. The next herb, red clover. That'll be my next herb podcast. So I have the red clover tincture here. I think I'm just gonna take a little drop of it, because I want to emotionally remember to go with the flow. And let me put some in the back of my throat. Yeah, go with the flow. What else can you do? And that's what I did, actually. I guess I'm not done talking about myself, sorry. I gave it up to the universe. I surrendered. And I said, I can't see a solution here. I don't know what to do. Like, I literally cannot see a solution. And then I pulled a card from this other deck for myself, and it was all about divine intervention. And I was like, yes, like you're allowed. Like, a divine intervention would be wonderful. And so that's what happened yesterday morning. And, I'm so proud of him and I for actually talking, being honest, and that felt like such a relief. And yeah, it was definitely more him than me because he, I will suffer for eons. I will. It's just my personality. Why? Because I think it's just the fear of change right now for me. And just, when you can't see a solution, you just think, well, I guess I'll just put up with it as it is because I can't see how this is going to work out or fix itself. So you just stay where you are. So anyways, the deck I grabbed is the Herbal Tarot deck. I know this is Herb Oracle, but for whatever reason, I just feel like I like the story of these archetypes and the tarot. So I'm going to pull a tarot card and we'll see what plant comes through and what message comes with it. I'll just read from the Spirit of Herbs because energetically, I don't even feel like pumped up enough to receive a good message. Like, as the Oracle, the Oracle is down. Like, the Oracle feels, I don't know. It's just like, I'm trying to keep my channels open and go with the flow, but I'm just, like I said, feeling a little exhausted. And then I took care of, okay, we're going to pull these two cards. They came off the bottom. Okay, they came off the bottom of the deck. Like, as I was shuffling just two cards, I'm holding two cards face down. So if we need to look at the top card, we will. But let's just start with these two cards. And I was just saying, yesterday I took care of my mom who's having this extreme sciatic pain. And I have to check in with her too. But it's so weird. My lower back today hurts and my leg hurts too. So I haven't talked to her yet today, but I'm assuming it's still bad because my body is feeling a slight touch of what she's going through. So talk about empathy and how sometimes it physically is like no fun to be an empath. So I'm also trying to take care of my mom too on top of this. So this has been an interesting 48 hours for me. Okay, we've got 4 of Pentacles with Cascara bark. That's hilarious because Cascara is a laxative and, okay, warning, TMI coming up right now. When I get stressed out, I just shit. Like the poops are going to come at some point. And I already feel that, that's why I didn't want to do dandelion root tea because I'm like, I don't need any encouragement to poop today because, I'll probably be pooping all damn day. Because when I'm stressed out, I just shit. And then we have Saw Palmetto, and that is the King of Cups. Okay, so what's first of all really interesting to me is the King of Cups is sitting on this rock out in the ocean, water, emotion. He's in the middle of it. He's surrounded. And he's offering up this cup in the direction, as I'm holding these cards, towards the 4 of Pentacles. And she's really grounded on this picnic blanket, this red and white checkered pink picnic blanket. She's got 3 pentacles in her lap. She's sitting cross-legged Indian style. And she's got 1 pentacle balanced on her crown, her crown hat. So she's really balanced, and he is offering this cup towards her. Saw Palmetto, that is always such a masculine herb, but women can take it too for a few things, so I'm interested to look at these 2 cards and kind of see what this offers up to us. But yeah, that's what it looks like to me. He's offering and this energy to her, and she is really balanced. She's not looking at him. It looks like she's there, but not receptive. And I can definitely relate with my own personal life because it was my husband that initiated. Well, no, I initiated the conversation, but it was aggressive. I won't lie. There was this aggressive energy within me yesterday, which was probably enough to break break it open, for him to be actually the one to say the words first. And I appreciate that. I mean, we're both talking, but yeah, it was him that was like, yeah, I'm like so ready to pull up the paperwork and be done. So I respect that. So let's see. The Four of Pentacles. Oh, and like, so the other thing is we're just going to keep it between ourselves, like not tell the kids for a while. Because that's like our main thing. We don't want to totally rock their world in any way. So I guess that's why like the idea of us like doing the paperwork, cohabitating as roomies, you know, just not sleeping together anymore, kind of soothes something in each of us, because our main goal is these children and, you know, keeping everything grounded and balanced for them. So I love that the Four of Pentacles woman is holding 3 pentacles in her lap. Like, to me, those represent my 3 children, you know, keeping reality secure and balanced for them. Like, we have a great life. You know, we homeschool, we have like the ultimate freedom anytime we want. And yeah, like the idea of like me moving out, getting a job, sending them to public school, like that is not going to happen. So yeah, we have to go with the flow with something different than, you know, what normal people do, because we already all don't live a normal life compared to other people. So I have to keep reminding myself that like, yeah, like your story, your path is not going to look like anyone else's. And probably there are going to be very few people who are going to be able to relate, but that's okay, because I have actually very few people in my life that I mean, I don't even know when I'll tell, like I'm telling you, but I don't really know, besides my mom, when I'll even tell anybody. Like my circle is small. And that's another thing. Like, I'm actually looking for my circle to expand. Okay, so this is all Cascara, Sun in Capricorn. A woman sits on a neat and orderly checkerboard floor. Her head is covered with a close-fitting scarf, and she has a tight look about her. Yeah. She has reached a place within herself where she feels secure and centered. She understands structure and order and will use these tools to actualize her visions. She is able to reserve and direct her power and will defend her position when necessary. Okay, so this is me. The woman must watch that she doesn't get so tight that she becomes fixated and stubborn. She begins to think that her power comes from the status she holds or from her possessions, that she will begin to function in a fearful way and forget that the true power is divine spirit flowing through her. Yeah, the true power is divine spirit flowing through us. None of this other stuff matters. So let me remember that. In the background is an outhouse, which indicates that she may become spiritually constipated and may need to take a spiritual laxative. She may need to take a spiritual laxative to loosen up a bit. Immobility and clinging to old things that are no longer needed are 2 areas which need watching. On the other hand, she must take care not to let things pass through without absorbing their full intent and meaning. Okay, so I'm just going to focus on where I'm at, and you can apply this message to your life. But it's like, yeah, like I don't want to just let this sadness, this, you know, flow through me so fast. Like I actually do want to sit with it. And I think that's why I needed to sleep and cocoon last night. Like I just need to sit with this experience, and which is making me very sweaty. This is a very sweaty experience for me. But it's like, don't just pass through this and be like, everything's going to be fine. Everything, you know, like, yeah, it will be. But it's so important right now to like just process every emotion that comes up, every feeling. And yeah, like, and isn't it funny that I said, I don't even know if I can receive a good message today. So here's my spiritual laxative. Anyone else need a spiritual laxative? I've got a whole bottle here. And, you know, let things keep coming in. It is a good reminder, you know, like, if I am going to be changing up my life at some point, even if it takes years for me to leave here, because I'm just going to live in a wonky situation until then. You know, I can really reduce my possessions, which I already pretty much have, and really make my load light, to speak. So that is something for me to think about, because yeah, when it's time for me to go, I don't need to take too much with me. So herb, the cascara bark. My stomach just growled so loud. So I don't even know if I want to read about this. So anyways, cascara, spiritually this herb is known as Cascara Sagrada, will enable one to let go of fixed and outmoded thoughts and ideas. Old experiences will be loosened up and released so that there is not a condition of spiritual and mental constipation and toxicity. However, it is also important to absorb the experiences and not let them flow out while taking in their full meaning. Okay, so yeah, that's exactly what I just said. I'm not going to read the medicinal properties and dose, because eventually I'm going to go over that in an Herbal Marie podcast. Eventually we'll get to the Pentacles, and this is the Four of Pentacles, and I'll read all more about this herb over there at Herb Oracle. But anyways, this is all about stability and security, creating structure and order, which is kind of the focus of my life. Like, how can we still maintain structure and order and security and stability for everyone while we go through changes, while we allow things to flow in a different direction? So yeah, I need to loosen up, let go of that spiritual constipation. That's so funny. And letting go of the old and allowing a space for the new. So this does address fears and anxieties too, which is the name of the game right now. So like I said at the beginning, hello motherwort. I'll be taking that tincture several times a day while I go through this period of transition and get into a vehicle as the passenger with my son, who just got his permit, who has like no driving experience, and really makes me nervous. Like, I feel like you're dangerous, kid. Like I'm really nervous. So I guess we'll just have to go with the flow and build that confidence and security and chill the F out for me. So I acknowledge my spiritual power and security. I discover my faith within. I discover my faith within. And, you know, that's what I was telling my former grandma that I actually hung out with a week ago. I was telling her how I am just so frustrated and, you know, I just don't know what to do with this person, you know, and yeah, I really had a heart-to-heart like a week before this all went down yesterday. And I've said, but the one good thing is that it has strengthened my faith in, and I just used the word God with her, but in source and all that. My strength, my faith in spirit has been strengthened because, you know, this past month, whenever I got literally a 30-day silent treatment from this person, I was emotionally like broken. Like, this is such a bad situation, you know, and I had nowhere to go but within, and rely on my inner knowing, my inner strength, my inner love, my self-respect, my guides, my God, my source, my all it is. Like, that is a good benefit to being in a bad situation if you go within. Like, sometimes you have to have everything taken away from you to go within. Luckily, it was just this one aspect of my life that was enough of a nudge for me to go within. So I acknowledge my spiritual power and security. That is where we find security in life. Not in your house, not in your husband, not in anything outside of you. You only find true security within. So true security is within, and I discover my faith within. Okay, so where were we? I took a little break there. I needed to eat a banana. Um, I diced it up, sprinkled turmeric, cinnamon, and nutmeg on the banana, and drizzled it with raw honey. So that is always a good go-to breakfast or snack for me. All right, so let us have a peek at the King of Cups. King of Cups. Saul Palmetto. Fire of water. Let's see. So, yeah, I already described you. A king is sitting on his throne, holding his chalice of love and desires. He is surrounded by the sea of subconscious, which contains his emotions, inspirations, and dreams. The fish, I didn't tell you about the fish. There's a fish in the water. The fish symbolizes his ability to move in these underwater depths, to indulge his visions, fantasies, or erotic reveries. Being imbued with a strong, passionate nature, he learns how to master his emotions through detached awareness. So, can I just put a little star beside that for myself? Master your emotions through detached awareness. Check. Okay. The King of Cups has at his disposal the power of creative imagination, which may be channeled into his relationships or into visionary expressions in the areas of business, law, divinity, good Lord, art, music, science, or the healing arts. All right, so channel this energy into all things that you love. If the king should get clouded about the issues at hand, he can be as violent as King Titan, god of the sea, who could create turmoil and horrendous waves due to his jealousy and imaginings. He may become obsessed with scandal, sex, deviousness, and the dark crafts. So, dang. All right, so I'm going to take from this, like I repeated before, master my emotions through detached awareness. So this is not a time for me to act like a psycho, nor do I want to. But if this would have happened in my life a few years ago, 4 years ago, I would have been psychotic. Like, tell me who she is, right? Like, I would have just jumped the gun, assuming there would have been like another person involved in the situation. Whereas now, I'm pretty sure it is just us, and we're just done with each other, and there really is like no scandal involved. And I'm also at the point that it's like, even if there was, I'd be like, hey, I'm ready for it to end anyways, so it's fine. So yeah, this detached awareness, I like that idea. Make sure that I'm not actually like drowning in this sea of emotions. Like, stay on the rock, for crying out loud, and channel your energy the way you know you should. Like, I do have a lot of energy, and if I don't have a lover per se, then what I need to do is I need to put that into my work, into my podcasts, into Herbal Marie, into the garden, into our harvesting herbs, into my put that into being with my kids. I actually have to turn around and get their end of the year homeschool portfolios done so there is so much I need to do here. I still have a whole house, yard, and garden to take care of, regardless of other stuff. So I still have plenty to do. And like I said, I do want to send more love out to other people when I'm around them. So I have ways to channel this energy and keep it positive for me. So skipping all the information about this, because eventually we will do the King of Cups with an Herbal Tarot podcast at Herbal Marie. So this is all about intimacy and openness, cultivating masculine sensitivity, the ability to receive as well as to give oneself. So I'm really proud of myself for being honest and with myself, and now with everyone around me. So developing one's capacity for close sharing. yeah, apparently that's what I need to get better at, because that is what killed my marriage. Not having communication or whatever. Erotic potential, need to open up creativity and or sexually, roger that. Giving counsel or care to others, detached observer, or emotional excesses. So those are all the key words, but the affirmation is, I am open to giving and receiving in an intimate way. Oh my God. That is, probably like what, of course, went wrong, and hopefully what could now go right. Maybe not with this chap, but in the future. I'm open to giving and receiving and in an intimate way. But you know what? Maybe that is just like, this is an opportunity now for me to be more honest. And even I'm doing it because I didn't have to share this today. I didn't have to do a podcast today. I could have skipped it, but what is the point of this podcast if I'm not going to be honest? It's just pulling bullshit messages in. If I'm not honest with myself and where I'm actually at, there's no point to this for me, So being able to share my experience with you, and I pretty much told you everything in a nutshell, what's going on. That's really good. So that's intimacy as well. You don't always have to, you can share yourself intimately without, taking your clothes off. We don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time. No. All right, every time I think about taking my clothes off, that song pops into my head. I do love this so much. Okay, so I love these messages. Thank you very much. I have to peek who's on the top, because I see Pan is on the bottom. That's the devil, have more fun, he's saying. And then on the top is the 7 of Cups. With juniper berries. But the 7 of Cups, there's all these cups, chalices filled with different options. So I have a lot of options right now, don't I? And I don't want to let that bring me down, confuse me, make me fearful. I want to have, like Pan says, have more fun with it and, see where that goes. So maybe I'll put these cards up too, because that kind of resonates a bit with me, to have more fun. Which way do I want to put them? I'm going to put the Pentacles under the lady who has all these options, and we'll put Pan there too. So we'll just have a four cards in a rectangle, because that's the box I'm living in right now. This represents the box I am living in right now. I need to loosen up spiritually, emotionally, but yet still maintain this detached awareness, knowing that true security is within. I think that's what I'll name this podcast. True security is within, because bitch, as the tower crumbles, as aspects of your life chunk and fall off, and you're gonna have all these other options. And, which one do you want to choose, right? The 7 of Cups. There's a mask in the one, there's jewels in the other, there's a new castle, yay! There's a dragon, there's a heart. There's all these options with the 7 of Cups. And this is Venus and Scorpio. And and I love that it's juniper berries. But this is all about possibilities, realizations of inner powers, and capacities. So it is a warning to watch for overindulgence and, fantasies and stuff. So I feel I should still remain practical in my life. This is definitely not the time to be oh, I feel so shitty about my life. Let me buy myself a new Oracle deck to feel better. No, I think financially, I need to reel it in, because I have no idea what's going to be happening. But there's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of things that could happen, and a lot of inner stuff that I feel is ready to break free and through and happen now. This has given me a sense of freedom in this crazy way. Like, oh my God, like if I see a man at the grocery store and want to send love to him, I'm going to. And I don't have to be like, oh, well, it would be so frowned upon if I talked to this person, this human being, right? Like getting out of that would be lovely, because I like to talk to everyone and give love unconditionally. And then, yeah, like walk away from everybody. I also like to walk away from everybody. But in that moment, I like to love people up without, and to think that I can do that without, someday like having to like answer to anybody, that feels pretty damn good. All right. So I recognize myself as I am reflected in the outer world. So yeah, I want to take all my mirrors, my energetic mirrors that are around me. I am reflected in the outer world around me as I recognize myself. So as like my tea bag said, as I love righteously, live righteously, love unconditionally, love myself, respect myself, like the world around me is going to be nice. It's going to be nice with everybody, even this person that I am ending a contract with, even that person. It's going to be okay. Everything is going to freaking be okay. And that, I think, is what Pan is saying too. And also to have more fun with this and try to, but let me look up Pan. It's lobelia. So as you know, my chest gets tight. Maybe I should think about lobelia. Maybe I should smoke some. But yeah, this is all about need to lighten up, not taking oneself so seriously. Hello, this is what it's really about. Need to break up old patterns. So this old pattern of non-communication, of lack of communication, of holding things inside, of just not sharing myself, that I can break that pattern now, let go of cares and worries, and play more. This is also about spilling out of oneself inappropriately, hanging on to things that leave little truth or reality. So everything that no longer serves me, I release you. I have said that so much, and then what happens? My husband is drawing up the paperwork for a divorce. So as I blow away my hair off the table, I blow away all things that do not serve me, that are illusions, that are not truth, which is basically this whole damn reality. I get that. So the whole point is to go inside. And the affirmation is laughter resolves all things. I empower the joy within me. Yes, empower joy within. That would also be like a really good title for this podcast, but I think I'm going to go with true security is within, because that is what this is all about. As interestingly enough, the next card in the tarot deck after Pan, or after the Devil, is the Tower. And the Tower is falling. The Tower is coming down. And, it's going to be an easy cleanup. And why? Because we're going to laugh, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to be open, and we're going to be honest, and we're going to let things ride out the way that they're supposed to. So being detached a little bit, being in control of our emotions, but being honest is the way to go. Being stable, but not too rigid, right? We don't want to become spiritually constipated with all this stuff. So processing, whether that means sleeping for 100 hours, cocooning in your bed if you need to, all of that. Like, I'm allowed. I've got so many possibilities, options. And what I'm excited about most is opening up these new spiritual avenues. Like, oh my gosh, like I can deepen my connection to spirit. I can open myself up more. I can receive more. In my life, I can give more. I can give more love now. I feel like I'm allowed to love everyone. And that is beautiful. So big, deep breath in, big exhale out. Thank you so much for letting me talk that out. Emotional dump on you. But you know what? I didn't want to wait until Monday to talk to you, because Monday is all about new starts, getting up, feeling better, and starting fresh. So we just had to do this Sunday work within us. So I encourage you to do your Sunday work as well. Go with the flow and be open and honest. I cannot stress that H word enough. Be honest in your life and how you feel, because trust me, if you don't, it just creates a big old mess. A big old mess that we're gonna set on fire. All right, well, so much love to you. I'll see you again tomorrow.